Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm one of the PTE trainers here in EnglishWise, Sydney City branch. And today I am going to talk about a very important thing, or should I say lesson, about your PTE journey. I won't talk about our strategies, our areas for improvement, our templates and all that. Let's take first a break and put them aside first, and let's also revisit this one important phase of your PTE review journey. So it is called what happens after a failure. I know it's not a happy topic, isn't it? But it is realistic in a way, because it happened to me also. Not just any one of us who may have done it before or who may have failed the exam, but anyone can have a failure. And I myself could attest to that because I took my PTE not just once, but twice. So what happens after a failure then? Of course, our next step is to retake the exam because we have to. But it's not as easy as it is or as it sounds. Retaking or having a failure is a process. And one process may not be true to the others, but we have some tips for you today that I can share personally that I hope might be useful and helpful for you. So when I failed my exam, this is the first thing that I did. The first step is to accept it. Acceptance is always key. Even in our day-to-day life, whatever failure or struggle or mistakes that we have committed, acceptance of that fact is always the first step. Before we can move on to the next step, we have to embrace. We have to acknowledge that we did not meet our goal. And yes, although it must be frustrating for some, but as they say, life goes on. And so I did move on. So I accepted, yes, I didn't get my desired score, but I didn't end there. What I did is, I consulted right away. After I accepted that failure, I consulted and sought for professional advice. So that is also the next step that you can do. After you accepted that you did not get your desired score, seek help from your trainers, from your mentors, from your tutors. Show them your scorecard, for example, so that we can work and provide you the necessary feedback on where we should focus on. Again, it is important for you where to focus on, especially on the task that you need to improve, so that the next time that you'll take it, for sure you will be able to smash it. Yep. And the third thing is mastery of skill. So now that I know which parts I need to focus on, I have to make sure that I will master that skill. What I mean about mastery of skill is not just memorizing or expecting repeated questions. I think that's one of the mistakes that I did. I practiced, I memorized repeated questions, I expected a lot of these things, but at the end of the day, when I was on the exam, I didn't get any. I was frustrated. I was disappointed, and somehow it affected my confidence, and I was upset, and it somehow affected the running of my exam. So my piece of advice is focus on mastering the strategy or the skill, not on the repeated questions. If there are repeated questions, well and good, that's a bonus. But if you have mastered that skill, whatever question is thrown to you, you can do it. You can absolutely do it. Another thing to remember about mastery of skill is don't limit yourself. Like, be limitless. A lot of opportunities are out there. Don't limit yourself to the confinements of the website practices, tools practices. What I mean by that is you can even apply your review in your day-to-day life. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is to describe the image in front of me. I know it's weird to hear sometimes, but it works. Because the moment I get to normally do it, like I describe the window, the door inside my room, the moment I am comfortable to do it, even in real life, that means I have already mastered that skill. I have already made it a habit, so that if any question that will be given on the exam, you will of course be able to do it. So don't limit yourself. So these are the three things, actually not limited to this, but these are the most important things that did work for me. And for sure, it will also help you to make sure that the next time you do it, it will be the final and the last one with your desired score already. So in summary, I would say PTE is not just Pearson test of English, but PTE, when you take the exam, you should have a positive mindset. And only when you have accepted, when you have consulted, when you have mastered that skill, and only if you open your mind to something, then that's the time you will be able to change your perspective on things. Positive mindset means avoid the negativities. Don't focus on what went wrong, but focus on what you can do to make it right. Positive mindset starts from within. We as trainers, of course, as your tutors, as your mentors, do and assist you as much as you can, as much as we can, but also you have to make sure that you believe that you can do it. Positive mindset starts from within. The moment you believe that it will happen, the universe will also conspire to make it happen. More positivity, more positive results. Next is training, of course. We can't just think positively all the time by not doing any practice or any training. Training is very important. We have to put our mind and soul to everything that we do. We have to be passionate on our review. We have to focus, because at the end of the day, we will get the fruits of our labor. So training. And last but not the least, I would say empowerment. Empower yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. It's not that you cannot make it. You can make it. It just needs time, practice, and a positive mindset. Don't be afraid don't be upset that you have made a mistake or a failure. Remember, committing mistakes or failure is the most empowering thing to do. Why? Because that means we know that we have a lot of improvements to make, a lot of opportunities to become the better version of ourselves. And the last thing you know, what was once just an opportunity for improvement is now a reality reflected in your desired score, getting your permanent residence, ongoing application, and all your goals are already in place. Just like what happened to me too. So if it happened to me, that can also happen to you. So my final advice to you is, if you're one of our students, or if you're not yet one of the students, and you're still thinking how you do it, of course, our goal is for you to do it the last and final one. So maximize all your resources, come and visit us, ask for the necessary feedback that you can get, maximize every opportunity that you think would be helpful and useful for your review. There are a lot of resources that are available for you. That's our part. Now it's time as well for you to do your part. And together, we can get our desired score as one. So that's just it for today. Still good luck on your PTE journey and your review, and I know you can make it. Thank you.